Hello, folks. I'm Stony Riva, the DJ of the broadcast you are about to hear. What follows is the second edition of Red Blooded Tunes. However, it is based in large part on the Labor Day 2024 transcript of a show back then called Ticks, Notes, and Tunes, which was posted on a website called reasonandbalance.com. It is a fictional radio broadcast with direct links to the tunes being played. The clickable links to all tunes mentioned in the broadcast can be found in the description to this video. The broadcast is in 3 parts. The first and third parts are devoted to music. Part 2 is an editorial on a topic of current interest. And so, without further ado, please enjoy our broadcast of Red Blooded Tunes. Hey folks, once again, it's Stony here. Stony Riva, that is, here to get your toe a-tapping with a smile on your face. Let's get the ball rolling tonight with a song Guru himself did the other night. And the crowd, even though they were younger, seemed to get into it. Some were even cutting the rug. It's classic country, something that a boy like myself from Yinsburg appreciates because it definitely moves. And yep, it starts in, you guessed it, Yinsburg itself, and that's with an H, my friends. Don't ever, never forget the H on the end of Yinsburg. Amazingly, and according to the Oracle of Wiki, this song was cut unrehearsed and completed on the second take by our first artist, a Wisconsin native who the New York Yankees and the Chicago White Sox were said to have obtained an option on. I think he was a pitcher, but I don't think he actually played for either team.
Time to click the link in the description.
That, for all you youngsters out there, was Dave Dudley singing what I still think is the best truckin' tune ever, 6 Days on the Road. I simply love that tune. I'm not sure, but I think I even heard the Rolling Stones play a few bars of that tune once live in concert. Be that as it may, let's bring on now a tune with a different kind of groove. Unfortunately, Susie, our assistant executive producer of everything, didn't give me any background on this group. Folks, Susie says this is a real cool tune and wants me to just shut up and play the gosh darn thing. And we all know little Susie is all-knowing and never lets us down. So let's give this moldy little 45 a whirl. Here are the Soul Shakers with You Ain't My Brother.
Time to click the link in the description.
Yep, that tune definitely had some groove going for it. Now, we don't normally do garage tunes in the first half of the show, but Susie insisted, and after all, she brought us 2 tunes this time, so what the heck? But obscurity is not a problem our next artist has, not at all. He's very famous indeed. His career started in the 90s and has continued even to the present. His style melds various musical genres, and surprisingly, he even counted Johnny Cash amongst his legion of fans. One thing's for sure, he's one of a kind and uniquely talented. Here's a tune that, rhythmically speaking, takes a back seat to none other. It's by Beck David Hansen, but you know him by his nom de guerre. Beck, the tune is called Up All Night.
Time to click the link in the description.
If that performance is truly live, then it is an absolutely amazing performance. Well, folks, it's that time again. Time for our station manager, Rufus Coldwater, to better inform us on a topic sure to cure insomnia. Oh, of course I'm just kidding, Rufus. I know for a fact Susie always takes copious notes on each and every one of your lectures. Anyway, the floor is now all yours, Rufus. Take it away.
Well, I guess I should say thanks, Stony. But I just want to remind you that I'm getting ready to update my Christmas list, and, well, I'll just leave it at that. In any event. Folks, I've been listening to some guy talk about what an awful investment Bitcoin is. He says there's no income stream like stocks and bonds, that its supply has nothing to do with the value of goods and services in the economy, and that it's not legal tender, etc., etc. In other words, he says Bitcoin is a fad, like investing in pet rocks. At least he admits that a whole lot of people who ignored him and bought Bitcoin made big-time money. To me, this is where reason and logic may actually be a deficient decision-making model. People often make decisions based on emotional factors, and there's an entire branch of economics devoted to what's known as behaviorism. Governments of certain countries have acquired Bitcoin while enforcing their criminal laws. More importantly, El Salvador has made it legal currency, and apparently Bhutan has acquired Bitcoin through mining operations. If Bitcoin becomes more accepted by governments around the world, demand will increase, and that naturally enhances its credibility as a legitimate asset. Moreover, immigrants and citizens of developing countries without strong banking systems often find Bitcoin very useful. A large portion of the world's population lacks ready access to traditional banking services, and Bitcoin performs practical functions for those people. So the naysayers may not be looking at the big picture. Bitcoin probably isn't the pet rock some would have us believe. But before I go, I see in the Pittsburgh papers that former Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett was booed when he attended an opening day Pitt football game. Despite modest offensive stats, Pickett had a winning record with the Steelers and led Pitt to an ACC championship while surpassing Dan Marino's records. What? Oh, Buck's cranking his arm. Looks like we're out of time. Sorry, folks. I'll have to finish that discussion later. Back to you, Stony.
Thanks, Rufus. Folks, as Rufus said, we're running a little behind schedule, so let's get on with the show. Our next group needs absolutely no introduction. Very surprisingly, they opened, yes, I said opened, for Herman's Hermits when they first toured the States back in 1967. Believe it or not, when I was in college, way back whenever, the entire album from which our next song is taken was turned into a month-long psychology course. Here's the main character of that album, with Billy Idol providing a great assist as another character in the story. He's reflecting on the sea and the sand. The album was, of course, turned into a movie. This is a live 1996 performance, complete with clips from the film. I think I heard Pete Townsend say that he thought Quadrophenia was the best work he ever did. When it comes to The Who, it's like asking a parent which child is your favorite. I love them all.
Well, what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description.
Next up is yet another musical gem. Once again, our assistant executive producer of everything, Susie, went down to the musty old garage, swatted away spiders, cobwebs, and who knows what else, and retrieved another musical treasure. This diamond in the rough should have been a bigger hit because I absolutely love it given it's Labor Day, and the end of it, here's a great tune by a 60s Houston-based garage rock band, The Lemon Fog, with their tune Summer.
Yes. Time to click the link in the description.
Okay, Buck's cranking his arms again, which means I've got to wrap this up. Folks, all I can say is if tonight's cleanup tune doesn't fire your pistons, nothing will. For Susie, Buck, Guru, wherever he is, and yours truly, we're out of here. Drive safe and don't let the bed bugs bite. For the trip home, here's Real Big Fish with a giant pitcher of beer. Not that we want you to drink and drive. So long, folks.
Time to click the link.